next to a millionaire or a multi-millionaire right now. I'm serious. Find out their name. Get their credit cards. It's good. It's good for you to be here just to hang around with them. So the question is, how do most people get rich? Okay? Every year, Forbes magazine publishes a list of America's 400 richest people. Now, these people are all billionaires with a B, not an M. Okay? And you know what I want to see? I want to see this, Lord willing. Now, question. What are the 3 ways most of these people made their money? Tell me. State? Yes? What else? Stocks? Investments? Okay, let me tell you. Most of these people made their money, okay, because they are entrepreneurs. They own their own business. Number 2, they are born wealthy. They inherited it. Okay? And number 3, they invested in real estate. So for most of you who are not entrepreneurs and have not inherited wealth yet, there's still hope for you. Yes. You can still be rich by investing in real estate. And that's what we will focus on tonight. Agree? Yes. In fact, I have 149 clients I have helped make into becoming millionaires and multi-millionaires already in just a few years. And some of them are here tonight. And I want to prove to you that this works not just for me or for people you see in magazines, but that it works for people just like you. Let's have some real-life examples from people in the audience. Come on, be brave. Any volunteer? I see you. Don't wait till I go down there, right? John is going to call. I gave John some names. I don't know if they're here, okay? They don't even know, okay? John is going to call on some of you to share, all right? This is impromptu, okay? Let's have, now, remember John? Yes. Isn't he great? Yes. Let's have a round of applause for John.
All right, very good. I'm going to call on a couple of guests. I hope they're here tonight, and I'm going to come down so I can see a little bit better. Do we have the Paguyos here tonight? Mr. and Mrs. Paguyo, are you here in the room tonight? Very good. Could I have a mic runner over there to their area? And if you could stand, everyone can see you. Let me ask you just a couple of questions, Mr. and Mrs. Paguyo. If you could, please tell the audience how long you've known Christina, how many properties you have bought and sold through Christina, and tell us a little bit about what that has meant to your life.
I'm a little nervous right now, but I think it was about 5 years or so, or maybe a little less. We started with our own rental property here in San Jose, one house, 4 bedrooms. We sold that, got a 4-plex and a townhome. Sold a townhome and got a duplex. And most recently, we sold both the 4-plex and the duplex and bought a commercial property in Jackson, Tennessee.
Hey, let's give them a hand. Wait. Before they give up, don't give up the microphone yet. I know you want to get rid of it like a hot potato. Did you ever think, do you let your wife speak? Can she speak?
Sure. She has my permission.
Did you ever think that you would be the owners of a commercial property?
No, until we met Christina.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Let's give them another hand and have them be seated.
Thank you.
How about the Visitaciones? Do we have Fred and Linda Visitacion in the room here tonight? Right over there, okay. They look terrified. That's them right there. If you could please stand to your feet, let's have a mic runner over to them. And in just a moment, I'll ask you to answer. If you could tell us, you met Christina as a result of our last seminar, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah, so you were at our last seminar. And if you could tell us what you have invested in since that seminar back in March, and what that has meant to you in terms of your financial standpoint.
Yeah, since that time, we attended the seminar in March. We bought a fourplex and a commercial property in Ohio.
Outstanding. And did you have any commercial properties before that?
I know. I've bought houses for myself, and needless to say, we didn't do a good job on that. We didn't get the cash flow that we wanted.
Are you realizing a cash flow from your commercial property now?
Yes.
Outstanding. Thank you very much. Let's give them a hand. Let's have one more. Let's have one more. Do we have George and Ruth Carpio here tonight? The Carpios, are you in the room? Very good. Over here, if we could get a mic runner. Now, they're in a unique position. You're brand new clients with Christina, isn't that right?
A little over a month.
Okay, a little over a month. And when Christina first met with you, you were in kind of a unique position, if you don't mind me telling everyone. You actually had your home completely paid off, is that correct?
Right.
Right. So here's a client. They already had their home paid off before meeting with Christina. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's happened since then?
Okay. Before we met Christina, I only own one house here in the Bay Area. And we always wanted to move to a bigger house. But I think the only thing to do that is to sell our existing house to move to a bigger house. And then something happened when we met Christina. It all changed. It's beyond reality. What she did for us was move to a bigger house. I'm talking about almost twice as big as my old house. And I still have my old house, so that's 2 houses. And you know what else she did for us? She added 3 more properties. And I'm just so excited, and this is just less than a month that I've known her. And Christina, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. My wife is right here. You're just a blessing to us. And I always, count my blessings to do that. And just thank you, and to your wonderful staff who work with us diligently, patiently. And more power to you. We love you.
Tremendous. Hold the microphone for just a moment. Let's give them a hand. We did not pay him for that, I promise.
Okay. Also, just in case you have forgotten, I didn't introduce myself, but if you have forgotten my name, I don't mind you calling me by the numbers. You can call me 1 + 4, or maybe next time we meet, you can call me 5 + 5 or more.
Now, Mr. Carpio, quickly, after acquiring all 5 of these properties now, before you didn't have a mortgage payment, correct? Because your house was paid off.
That's correct.
So you must have now a huge amount of out-of-pocket expense after having acquired all those properties.
Absolutely.
So what is your monthly net
Oh,
out-of-pocket?
monthly? Okay, you won't believe this. It's only $518 for all those 5 properties.
So your net out-of-pocket after your income from rentals is $518, and instead of owning 1 property, you now own 5 that are all appreciating in value.
Exactly.
That's tremendous.
Yes.
Let's give them a big hand. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have many others on here, but we're going to keep moving for the sake of time. But I think we should all, at this point, let's just give Christina a round of applause for the great job she's doing.
What a wonderful testimonials. I spot every other row a millionaire or a multimillionaire that I've helped. And because of time, I wish, we had time for all of them. But we still have a lot to cover. So, you see, these people were able to become financially free because they learned to think differently, and they followed the right strategies and roadmap that I've set for them. Because do you know that there are so many places you can put your money in? Let me give you an example. Okay? Let's say you have $100,000 capital. Let's find some ways where you can put it. Tell me, where? 100,000. If you have 100,000, where can you put it? Yes, bank, stocks, that's right, and real estate. All right, now, so let's look at the bank first, okay? What's the rate of return in the bank? Tell me. 1%? So let's say it's 1 to 3%. Let's use 3% as an illustration, okay? So if you have $100,000, what's the rate of return? Okay? $3,000. All right? What's the money earned? 3,000, right? Is it safe? Yes, it's insured. Okay? Now, is it taxable? Yes, it's taxable. Now, let's go with stocks. What's the rate of return with stocks? Tell me. 0? Okay, 5%, yes. Let's say 5 to 10%, okay? Let's use 10%. So, what's the money earned? Okay, $10,000. Now, is it safe? No, it's risky. It's here today, it's gone tomorrow. Okay? Is it taxable? Yes, it's taxable. All right? So let's work on the real estate side. All right. Same amount of money, $100,000 capital. Let's say a year ago you bought a house for $500,000. Okay? That's the sales price. And according to statistics, what is the rate of appreciation here in the Bay Area? Newspaper said a couple of months ago, 17 to 20% in appreciation. All right? So let's use 20%. All right? What's the profit then? 100,000. That's right. Because 20% of 500,000 is 100,000. So now your house is worth how much? 600,000. That's right. So what's your profit? 100,000. So let's see. You put down $100,000 and you made a profit of $100,000. So what is the rate of return of your capital? 100%. So what happened to your money then? It doubled. Okay? So let's go back to our last column. All right? So what's the rate of return again? 100%. What's the money earned? 100,000. Is it safe? Yes. It's safe, of course. That's why it's called real estate. It's real. Okay? Now, here's the tricky part. Is it taxable? Okay? All right, let me answer that. Yes and no. Okay? Here's the rule. If you live in a house 2 years out of the last 5 years, you have what you call an exclusion, all right, for each person. If it's a husband and wife, you have $250,000 per person. So if there's the two of you, you have an exclusion of $500,000. All right? Now, if it's an investment property and you sold it, it's taxable. The gains are taxable unless you put it on what you call an IRS code 1031 tax deferred exchange. So the capital gains are deferred. All right? So, in this case, the interest payments and then the property taxes and all the expenses are tax deductible. So, let's say it's tax deductible. So, if you have $100,000, looking at these columns, where will you rather put it? Of course, in real estate. It's no-brainer to invest in real estate. What other investments can give you returns like this? None. Nada. Wala. Now, how can I help you retire early is the question. Now, listen to this because this is the bottom line. You know, in order for me to help you retire early, first, I have to create an income apart from your 8 hours job income because come to think of it, how long will you have to work the 8 hours job? How long? You know, if you're not careful and if you didn't plan ahead, I would say that you could be working for the rest of your life. Do you know, unfortunately, do you know that 90% of the people out there are working the 8 hours job to get the paycheck and pay for the bills? Yes, they work the 8 hours job, get the money, and pay for the bills. And that's all they do. They are what I call the normal people. They're normal. That's what they learned, okay? They're trying to pay off their house. Speaking of paying off the house, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's time for that. I'll tell you when to pay off your house. But meanwhile, where's the money if you pay off your house? It's in the house. Where is it? In the house, sleeping. Meanwhile, you're the one working. Okay? The good examples are the Carpios, all right? So, but you know what? 10% of the people out there are doing exactly the opposite. They are the ones that let their money work for them instead of working for the money. They are what I call the abnormal people. But you know what? They are the ones that are rich and wealthy. You know, some of them are still working, but you know what? They work as a hobby, as a want, as a choice, all right? And there's a big difference between working as a hobby or as a want and working as a must. And that's what I want to do for you tonight. And how do I do that? First of all, let's pretend that you are my client, husband and wife, very, very conservative, owning just one home and trying to pay it off. So, let me give you several options and I'm done. All right? So pay attention to this because this is the heart of it. All right? I'm about to use my sophisticated computer.
We're having some technical difficulties. If you'll give us a moment. Salome, if you'll come up, I think this would be a good time to give away some prizes.
Yes!
Christina, would you like to use your new gun for a moment?
Okay. You want some more prizes?